My name is Brent Geske. I work with vocational services as a vocational clinician or employment specialist, as we see it here. I worked in a lot of government jobs before this, so a lot of county workforce centers in various counties. And I found that in those sort of environments, when you're helping people with work, it comes down to people are just numbers. And, when I was looking for a change, Jefferson Center came up and I looked at all the awards it was getting and, all the good reviews it was getting. And I'm like, well, I'm going to apply there and see what happens. I've never applied for a nonprofit, so I was a little bit nervous. But I'll tell you, it's been just nothing but the best ever since. I've been with the JCMH for 8 years. I love it here. I've been here happily ever since. I think what I really like about vocational services is it's kind of a immediate gratification, so to speak, because it's easier to find people jobs as opposed to helping them through therapy. I was in that role a little bit, and I found it very difficult because, when you help someone get a job, it could be a couple weeks, but with therapy, it could be years. And so I really liked seeing that, that turnaround when a person's at, just dire straits, going to be homeless, they don't know what to do. They need some sort of income or a job, and it's like, well, I can help with that. And for me, I've been doing it for so long. I feel like it's just second nature, and I just feel like it's where I'm supposed to be. Through the IPS model, which is the individual placement and support, that really just comes down to meeting the client where they're at, and allowing that person to figure out, and with our support, figure out what sort of career they want to find and get into. And we know that, through the model, which is a research-based model, that when people are obviously working in the job that they like, hopefully love, their symptoms go down, they feel better. We spend so much time at our job that you better like it, because if you don't, it's going to be a real tough time because you're just adding more stress to your day. So the collaboration would come down to workforce centers for one. There's a lot of training opportunities that the workforce centers can offer that a lot of our clients can go to, and we try to get them to go there because it's free training. Tax dollars are paying for it. So there's the collaboration with them. Hey, let's bring some people in that could possibly help your situation, because we find that there's a lot of different things that people can do in varying levels. Like, there's people that we have highly educated on our caseload, and then we have, people who, don't even have a GED or a high school diploma. But really, we treat them all the same because it really comes down to what they want to do. I have clients on my caseload that I've had for nearly 8 years, and it's just, and some of them have been working that whole time, but they just need that maybe bi-weekly meeting to talk about, hey, I'm having an issue on the job about this. Can we figure out a strategy to solve it? A lot of times it's just come down to communication, and communicating with disclosure and asking for certain accommodations, which can really help our clients, because with a certain accommodation they can be successful. I actually got a few of them, but the one that comes up is a young man who I met, who was 18 when I met him, when I first started, and he has a social phobia, and so it was really difficult getting him out of the house to work. And so I started working with him. I was able to get him to meet at Panera, and eventually we were able to bridge the gap and get him a job at Sprouts, which he's still there today. But not only that, he's also then gotten another job working in a more professional environment behind the desk at a local business. And so he's working there full time plus a little bit of overtime, and Sprouts, and he's going to school to get his associates, which he'll be finishing up in May. I think that's why we're all in this job. At least I would hope that's why we're all in this job, is because we like helping people. And like I said, I like helping people, but I like seeing that immediate sort of gratification that like the weight's been lifted off their shoulders, that, oh my God, I got a job now. It's like I actually have some income. It relieves a lot of stress. So I like that. It could be that day we find them a job or get them an interview, or it may take a couple months, but I really like that process. Being from Colorado, I'm all about the outdoors. So I was brought up hunting and fishing. I lived on a farm in Erie, Colorado. So with my family, if we're not camping, we go a lot of camping during the summer because my wife's a principal and she only had so many days off, and the summertime is when she's off. So we pack as much camping into that as we can, and that's a good respite for us, a good time away from electronics and the hustle and bustle of every day. So we're always up in the mountains fishing or renting out a cabin or something.